Hey new bodies, coming back with episode number 31, and this one is going to be totally different from any that I've done before in that I'm going to try to shoot this while I'm on the treadmill, which is right behind me. And the reason why, let me get it back in the shot, the reason why is because I'm using these. These are the Mizuno Wave Rider 18s. There's a cool little number 18 on the tongue, you can see that. This thing is, I'd say, just coming out. It's not even out yet. I don't think it's even shipping until November. A huge thank you to Mizuno USA, who provided me this pair of shoes to review. So, you know, I'm excited for this. For those who don't know, I'm basically a Mizuno runner. I try to run in Mizunos any chance I get, basically because I just find that their shoes work for me and my running style better than anything. I typically run in the Mizuno Wave Evo line, mainly the Chrysaorus, and I've got a pair of Chrysaorus 2s that you can't get in America, but found some overseas and was able to grab them in my size. So they don't look like this. This is more of a traditional running shoe, but it is fairly minimal for a traditional shoe. So this is going to stack up against things like the Saucony Kinvara, you know, it's not terribly built up, which is really cool. The heel-toe drop is fairly low for such a conventional looking shoe, but it is pretty conventional. You know, it tapers around the toe, which most of my shoes end up looking kind of like duck feet, where they get wider around the toe box. So I'm really curious to see how I like these. I've run in the Kinvaras and another Mizuno called the Sayonara, which is a great shoe, very similar to the Kinvara, maybe a little bit firmer. I'm really curious how I'm going to feel about these, and I wanted to capture my initial impressions with you guys watching. One thing I want to point out as we look at them, and I'll get a little bit closer for this, is flipping to the bottom. This kind of shiny part here, you can hear what that sounds like when I flick it versus rubber or foam. This is really hard plastic, and this is the wave plate. So these are Mizuno Wave Rider 18s. Most of Mizuno running shoes have wave in their name, and that's because of this wave plate. And this is a hard plastic plate that is supposed to transfer energy through the shoe from, you know, initial contact through to liftoff, takeoff. And what's interesting is, you know, it's really in the back half of the shoe. I'm a 4-foot striker, so you would think that that wouldn't matter to me much. But from experience, I've actually found that even I benefit from the wave technology. I really love running in Mizunos. I find the faster you go, the more the shoe just kind of disappears on your foot. And it's good fun to run in. So I'm going to stop crouching in front of the camera and get these things on and hop on the treadmill. And I will share with you my impressions as we go along. Not sure if you'll be able to hear over the treadmill, so I may have to do a little voiceover action later, but we'll see how it goes. Join me. So I'm going to run at a 7.6 mile per hour or 7 minute 54 second pace. This going. Alright, so just starting up on the treadmill on these, and I've got an alternate shot set up with my iPhone. We'll see how this goes. So right off the bat, I'm definitely more aware of the size and shaping around the toes and the toe box from the more open toe box platforms that I'm used to. And also, there's a toe cap, which I'm not used to having, and I can feel that. It's not bad. It's not that it's a problem, but I'm aware of it. Now, in terms of technology, these have the wave plate I mentioned. They also have Mizuno's euphoric midsole material, which is essentially a type of EVA foam, but it's much lighter. It transfers energy nicely. I also have it in the other ones I run in and really like it. It also has Dynamotion Fit, which is what Mizuno calls their approach to making sure that the shoe moves with your foot for the best fit possible throughout your stride. Now I will say, the cushioning is firm, and the shoe has a pretty good pop. It's responsive, but it's definitely firm. And for a traditional shoe, it's pretty light. It's not as light as a Kinvara. at least it doesn't feel as light. I don't know the actual weights, which is lighter, but this feels a little heavier. It could just be because of the stiffness. But it's got a good ride. One of the things that's difficult in a traditional shoe is to do a forefoot strike, which is how I run. I have to say, I'm not really having trouble with that. And I actually did struggle in the Kinvara. I didn't in the Sayonara. And I'm okay in these. So that's a good sign for all of you who prefer a more minimalist approach. Midfoot, forefoot striking. Well, I got you. Thanks to Orange Theory Fitness in Boston, with a water bottle and a sweat towel on the side. Great place to learn about and do some pretty intense high interval training. Short amount of time, massive amount of impact on your health and fitness. So if you're around Boston, go check out Orange Theory. They're in Brighton on Market Street. So, according to my Garmin, I'm running an 8:56 pace. According to the Treadmill, I'm running a 7:54. Who knows? I just feel a little plodding. And I wonder if it's my pace or the shoe. Again, because I'm used to such a light, flexible shoe, something more built up, more rigid, more traditionally shaped, despite the low heel-toe drop, might make me feel slower than I actually am. Let's try to take it up a bit. So now we're at an 8 mile per hour pace, 7:30, 7 minute 30 second pace. Let's see what Garmin says. Still 8:57. Sorry, it needs to adjust. Nearing the first mile. I say I still feel good. The shoe feels comfortable. My knees feel okay. My hips. My runner's knees not bugging me. I don't know if I put more miles on these. I know I run my half marathon on these. Semi-Crosaurus, we'll see. If you haven't connected with me on some of the fitness social media, definitely do that. The new bodies on Garmin Connect. Got a Strava account, Nike Plus, Daily Mile, Map My Ride, Map My Run, Map My Fitness. You get all the links at New Bodies on our website. And take it up from 8 to 8.2. Should be a 7:19 pace. Garmin pace is getting faster. It's down to 8:24. 2 minutes on the treadmill. Gonna go into a high speed. Final minute. 2 miles, sorry. 2, 1. Getting up to 10 miles per hour. .2, 17 minutes, 322 calories. So what did I think? That was a really short run. 2 miles, 17 minutes. 2.2 miles, 17 minutes. Oh, nice and winded. Let's see if I can stay in the shot if I sit down here. All right. Whew. So, I thought the shoe was really good. It's totally different from what I'm used to. It's a firm, responsive pop of a shoe. Definitely allowed me to strike in the forefoot, which is great. That's really what I want to do. And I find that more traditionally shaped shoes often don't allow you to do that comfortably without distorting your gait. If you distort your gait, you're more likely to be injured. And so that's why I was paying a lot of attention to how my knees felt, how my hips felt, how my calves felt. Now I'm sure my calves are going to hurt tomorrow because it's a different, it's a difference from what I'm used to. And I find that with forefoot striking, your calves are very responsive to which shoes you're in. And if you change your shoes, even if you have well-developed calves, you're likely to have some calf pain for the next day, some delayed onset muscle soreness. The key to that is foam rolling. Hit it right after you go for your run, hit it before you run. Should be rolling 2 to 3 times a day if you can. That'd be ideal, but at least every day. But especially if you're going to change something like your shoes or your speed or the elevation profile you're dealing with. You tend to run flat and you start hitting hills. Definitely want to be foam rolling more than you have been before. But anyway, about these shoes, what I noticed when I went up to 10 miles per hour is that the shoe didn't disappear. I was well aware of it. Now I had a good pop. I felt like it was right there with me at the pace. But the difference with that and the Wave Evo line is that as you pick up the pace, those shoes vanish. You don't even realize you're wearing them. You just feel so much more connected with each strike that you have. It's like you're one with whatever surface you're running on. With these, the shoe was always there. I was always aware of it. That's not a bad thing. It's just different. For me, I still prefer the more minimalist, slightly softer, ride of the Chrysaorus or the Wave Evo Levitas that I've also run in. If you look at Adidas, I've recommended the Gazelle, the Adipure Gazelle, not the indoor soccer suede Gazelle. The Adipure Gazelle and Gazelle 2, that's a great shoe. I much prefer the Chrysaorus and Levitas to the Gazelle, but those are shoes that the faster you go, the more they kind of vanish. They're just, they're there to protect you. And I think the Chrysaorus and Levitas are there to protect you and give you a little bit more bite, than you would get if you're just going barefoot. These really aren't that. So I liked it, but the shoe never vanished for me. And for a lot of people, that's kind of the way you define a great shoe. Looking at the sole of it, this is all rubber, which is great. That's great for more distance. It's great for grip and just durability of the shoe, because my Chrysaorus are wearing out pretty quickly. I get 150 to 200 miles on them. There's a lot of exposed EVA, like there is on the Saucony Kinvara or the Verada. Cuts down on weight to eliminate the rubber, but it does make the shoe much less durable. Not a problem with these guys. Every single strike point is rubber. There's 2 different kinds of rubber, I guess. I'm not really positive, but it's definitely different, but rubber nonetheless. As far as I can tell, I don't think any of this is EVA. They say smooth ride, which I'm guessing is rubber. And back here is X10. That's like a carbon rubber, so this is a much harder rubber. Not really an issue for me to have that much durability on the heel, because my heels don't touch. If you look at a lot of my shoes, the heels really, unless I walk around outside in them, if I just run in them, the heels are like pristine. You wouldn't even know I've worn them. Whereas the forefoot area is all chewed up. So firmness for me, it's more than I'm used to, more than I would choose, but it's not bad. It's just, it's different. You got to go with what you know and what you like. But it is going to be a much more durable shoe, I can tell that right now, versus something that's got an EVA sole. So yeah, really cool shoe. I love the design. Mizuno's got a really cool, clean back there. Some Japanese on the side. It's this Wave Rider. You can see that it's in English and Japanese and like metallic. So yeah, I mean, definitely the 17, the Wave Rider 17 had a really good following, and I'm sure that this is going to as well. I think it's a very positive update to the 17. I'm really glad I got them to try out, and I'm going to go run with them outside in the next couple of days, and I will include a take on that in my blog. But definitely should check out. They retail for 120 bucks. I'm overall very positive on it. I think you just need to ask what kind of runner you are. It's not a shoe I would probably go out and choose to buy myself, because I just don't buy shoes like this. But if I did buy shoes like this, it'd be pretty hard pressed to pass this one up. Yeah, so very cool shoe, good breathability. There's a lot of mesh on it, not a lot getting in the way in the forefoot so that it can breathe. So yeah, this is one to watch. I definitely say watch the durability of it, because I think this is going to outlast a lot of its rivals. Watch for how firm and popping it is. That seems to be a real sticking point for runners. Some people really prefer it, some don't. This one is definitely firm. So yeah, the Wave Rider 18. Again, thank you very much to Mizuno for providing these for an evaluation and for this review. Thank you to Orange Theory Fitness in Boston for the water. I definitely needed that on that run, and the towel, which I will need again momentarily. But thank you to all of you for tuning in. Running is awesome. It's something a lot of people sort of like, I don't know, it's fashionable to say negative things about running, or to say you don't enjoy it, but I think the truth is, if you do it right, if you free yourself and you go for it, if you have a great shoe that really fits what you're looking for, running is an amazing thing and a great way to enlighten your body. Thanks.